Hey everyone, and welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Today we're going to be talking about Wimbledon 2023, the queue, how to get in. Is the queue too long to even bother trying, or what's the situation? Because it can be quite confusing when you're looking online and seeing certain TikToks of people queuing up for hours on end in the morning to make it into Wimbledon. So this is me at Wimbledon last year, 2022, and I'm actually heading tomorrow to get tickets for Wimbledon and go in on the day. I don't have any pre-booked tickets, but the process goes like this for anybody who's looking to go to Wimbledon and anybody who's thinking about going. So you basically arrive at the complex in Wimbledon, and then you'll see loads of signs throughout the place saying non-ticket holders queue. You can see it right here. Now, when you see a non-ticket holders queue, assuming you haven't got a pre-bought ticket, then this is what you're going to head to. So you follow the signs round and you end up in a queue like this. It's in a car park. There's some signs and there's some fencing showing you roughly where to go. So you follow along this queue and then begin to make your way to get a ticket. However, basically, if you're going at peak times, and I'd say the peak times are Friday evening, Saturday, Sunday morning probably as well. What the situation is that if you go at those peak times, the queue could be absolutely huge. If you're going to go in the morning, the queue's always big because people in the morning, it's my understanding that they queue up not only for a ground pass, which allows you to go into the complex of all the arenas and the courts, but in the morning, you also queue up to get centre court tickets for the day or court one tickets. So there's some that are pre-bought court one tickets and centre court tickets that are quite expensive. And then you can also buy some on the day. So the people that go there really early in the morning queue up to try and get those tickets. And especially in the first week, it's extremely busy. Now, as the weeks progress, arguably the queues do get a bit smaller, but they're still huge in the morning. However, if you're looking to go in to get a ground pass only, then I'd say if you go at midday, that's what I did last year, the queue was non-existent. And then I also had a friend that went yesterday, and the intel was that the queue was non-existent again, going at midday onwards. So in the morning, there's a queue. Midday, it seems, don't quote me on this, but if you're going at off-peak time, there's likely to be a little smaller queue, basically. So yeah, so once you go into the queue, you get this queue card. It has your number, and it tells you the time. For example, this was 2022. You queue up, and then eventually you make it to a tent. Now, when you get to this tent, you can buy a ground pass ticket. Now, a ground pass ticket, as we said, it allows you to go inside of the complex. They're about £20 on week 2, 27 on the week 1 because there's more tennis, I believe. And then once you do this, you go inside to the courts, get some pims, get some strawberries, whatever you want to do. Look at the practice courts, look at court 3, 4, 5, etc. But if you want to go onto court 1 or 2 or centre court, then you have the option to queue up again for resale tickets. So all of the tickets that don't get sold, or all of the tickets even that people don't turn up for, and I think it's like after 3 o'clock, basically, if people haven't turned up and took their seat on centre court or court 1, etc., their ticket gets resold or reallocated. Or if people leave early and then they don't come back and they get notify somebody, all of those tickets, or the corporate tickets that people don't show up for, they get resold. And this is the resale queue, what you're seeing right now. There's somebody on the upper bank standing with a sign, and the sign says, oh, resale ticket queue here. And basically, there's no guarantee of how long you're going to be waiting, and there's no guarantee that you'll actually get a ticket. So from my memory, going by positioning, last time I started about here where my mouse is, and it was about an hour and a half to 2 hours in the queue before I eventually made it in. Obviously, for the more popular games like Djokovic or Alcaraz, then it's going to be probably a longer resale ticket queue. But yeah, be prepared to wait a long time extra in that queue as well if you're looking to get resale tickets. But then you pay £10 and then you can go in and you randomly get allocated a seat inside of the stadium. It's all random. And if you're trying to sit with friends, it's very unlikely you're going to get 2 seats together. So just be prepared to split up. But that is, in essence, a real rundown of the Wimbledon queue for 2023 and how to get tickets. And sometimes you'll see people queuing up on the first day. Yeah, I think the mornings are really quite intense for queuing, but the afternoons are a lot easier. But again, don't quote me on this. This is what it was like last year. This is what it was like apparently this year as well. I've been told by a few different friends. However, I have had friends that have gone early in the morning and queued for 6 hours. And also, I'm going to Wimbledon tomorrow, so I will confirm or deny this video intel tomorrow as well, with a separate video. So make sure you leave a like on this one, subscribe, and if there's any questions you have, feel free to ask them down below. And if you want to watch a full guide of how to get into Wimbledon with videos, check out my other video linked down below or on screen now. That was my full Wimbledon 2022 how to queue guide.